Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel for a brand new video and a brand new series here on the channel. So I'm actually not even sure what this series is going to be called yet. I'm making it before I actually have a title for it. But what I'm going to do here is over the course of the next coming weeks and the next couple months, I'm going to be focusing on Call of Duty Challengers because I don't think Call of Duty Challengers gets enough love. Doesn't get enough coverage, it's not talked about enough. It really, when you think about it, is the future of the CDL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have at least a weekly series, maybe more, where I update videos on Challengers with latest updates, news, predictions for tournaments, all that other stuff. So basically for this one, it's pretty much just going to be roster news and announcements and like my thoughts on them because there's no tournaments yet, obviously. But as Vanguard comes out, we're going to see more of that, maybe like previews, predictions, recaps, all that good stuff. I really want to focus on Challengers a lot this year. I like watching it. I like getting to know the players, going to learn more about them, and sort of seeing them progress into the CDL. So I hope you enjoy COD Challengers. If you do, you'll definitely like this video. So all of that said, I appreciate the support in these videos. I hope you enjoy them. If you do, let me know. Leave a like down below and definitely a comment with how you want to see Challengers covered this year because I'll definitely take your feedback on how I'll do these videos. I appreciate all of your support so much, and let's hop into the first installment of this new series. Alright, so like I said, it's mostly going to be roster news and announcements and my reactions to those for this first video, these first couple of videos, because again, there's not really tournaments to talk about. But anyway, we have a lot of roster news to talk about. So starting off, we have the biggest one of them all. We have the defending champs from Challengers from the Cold War season. Saints, Spart, Prolute, and Mohawk will be a team of 4 heading into the Challengers 2022 season. This is interesting because, most of us expected at least some of these guys to be picked up into the CDL in some capacity. So far, that's not the case. I guess technically it could still happen, At least some of these guys could get offers maybe on 2 of those vacant teams we have left. And then maybe, they'd probably pass on this team to play in the league even if it's not all together. But regardless, we did also hear that apparently the 4 of them talked to the Paris Legion as a team, basically to bring all 4 of them on board, as a squad. And it got wiped. For whatever reason, it didn't work out. They talked to Theory, and he said that they were going to take Paris in a different direction. So it's no knock on these guys, of course. They're a very good team, but Paris is going elsewhere. So as of now, we know that they will not be in the league, I guess, because that's really the main team left where we thought they might have went. Again, could change, but does not seem likely. So if they are teaming, it's a very good team. Like I said, they won champs together in Challengers last year. You see that up top here. This is Saints, his Gamepedia page, by the way. But throughout the year, you'll see a lot of times, most of the year, not all of it, most of the year, though, Spart, Prolute, and Saints were a team of 3 for a while. They had a couple different fourths. I think Hydra was in there. Hamza / Glowfrosty was in there. Diamond Con was in there. Mohawk, I think maybe like Accuracy one time. But regardless, they played together a lot and they won a lot. You'll see as we scroll down here, that trio won 4 Challengers Cups last year. They also won the Challengers Stage 1 playoffs, and they won Challengers Champs with Mohawk as their 4th. So very talented team. Exciting roster. We'll see what happens with them. Maybe some of them get into the league, but if they're together, they're definitely, they have to be considered the favorites at least to start the year because the end of the year is so strong. So that's the first big piece of news. We are trying now. They might be under a different banner. I don't know, but that team of 4 for now is sticking. Next up, we have a team that I'm very excited about when I first saw it announced. I think it's going to be a very good team. So Yeez, he put out a tweet that himself and Hixie were a team of 2 for Vanguard. They were looking for a main AR and then also either a sub or an AR because the 4th spot could be interchangeable because Hixie's a true flex. If they got another SMG, he'd run an AR. If they got an AR, he'd run an SMG. But anyway, that duo was very exciting when I heard that because he's the sub for the Florida Mutineers. If you follow my videos at all, I am super, super high on this guy. I have been, pretty much through all of last year in Challengers. He's phenomenal. Hixie, one of the top EU Challengers players from last year. A great player there as well, super successful. He's the sub for the Toronto Ultra. So we have 2 CDL subs forming an SMG duo, or what could have been an SMG duo. And that was very intriguing, wondering, who can they round out this team with because that has the potential to be a very good team. And then it did end up being a pretty good team. They put out, it'll be Hixie, Yeez, Timmy Phantoms, and Dylan Rex, and that's an exciting team. And if you think back to last year in Challengers, Yeez, Phantoms, and Rex were actually a team of 3 for a while. They had a few different forces. They had Jintroid at one point. They also had Major Maniac at one point. And they did get 2nd place at Stage 3 of the Challengers North America Elite. And they also got, I think, 2nd place a few times in Challengers Cup. So they have some chemistry. I know Dylan Rex and Timmy Phantoms played together a lot last year. And like I said, Yeez played with them too. So a nice SMG duo will be Yeez and Dylan Rex. Hixie will be on that flex role, and then Phantoms as the main AR. Very good team. Don't forget, Timmy Phantoms, last year at the beginning of Challengers, he was getting a lot of love, and for good reason. He was in the Pro League in BO4, and I believe as a sub in Modern Warfare. Had a great start at the Challengers last year. He didn't really have the team success towards the end of the year, but he was still playing great himself, and that's an exciting team for sure. I think that team has a lot of potential, and it's one of the best teams we know so far, so that's a good one. I'm definitely excited to watch that one and see how they progress as a team. Next up, I believe the last team of 4 we know for now, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure, is Hollow, Mach, Yuli, and Mind. Now, this team has one thing that's very important in Challengers. They have chemistry, because last year, Hollow, Mach, and Yuli played together a lot under the Trash Bros banner. They also had Jin Short as their fourth for most of the year, I believe. So those three have been together. Mind is new to them. I don't really know much about Mind, so I'm not going to speak on him and his skill set. I'm excited to watch him play with this team, though, because this team certainly has the potential. They have coaches as well. That's a good thing for Challengers, because if you have chemistry and you have a structure together with your coaches, that has the recipe for success, because Challengers people are always changing teams and all that. So if you can just stick together and build a good program, they'll be solid. Now, they're looking for an org. Hopefully they get a good org to represent them, because I know I'm saying all these teams could be good, and it's true. Challengers has a ton of talent. But that team, like I said, the fact that they had the chemistry and the coaches, and they had some success last year. Trash Bros there for a while. They were right there towards the top of the teams in Challengers. So they can be pretty good. I'm excited to watch them. And I think, like I said, that might be the last team of four we know for now. But a very exciting one. High potential for sure. Want to see how they look as we start the season. Okay, we're going to end this by getting through some of the partial teams that we don't know fully what's going on with them, but we do have a team of three that I'm pretty excited about. Venom, Tom Gravity, and Nero are a team of three looking for a fourth. That's a squad, again, with some good potential. Now, they're not really going to have too much chemistry, but they will. I guess they have some Western chemistry with Gravity and Venom, but they do definitely have some talent. I think Nero last year on the LIG Academy team was one of the most underrated players in Challengers. I thought he was going to have a chance to make the CDL this year. Apparently that's not going to happen, but he's a very good player. Tom Gravity somehow is still not in the CDL. God, that guy's been a top AM for how long now? I don't know how he's not there yet. I wish he was. Hopefully he gets one of these last few spots, but looks like he'll be in Challengers. Then Venom, a decent player. I feel like I'm a little bit lower on Venom than some people, but he's certainly a smart player. With LA Thieves, you could see he was kind of like their glue guy. He definitely has some potential in that role. So they'll be looking for a flex AR, maybe like a God RX. I'd love to see him join up this squad, but I'm not really going to name names because I don't want to speculate, but just that's a team of three for now, and that's a team that definitely could do some damage if they get a fourth and they get some chemistry going, most certainly. The other remaining Western boys, Zaptius and Hamza, will be a team of two in Challengers, so that's a sub and a main AR, looking for another sub and a flex AR as well. That's a team of two that's exciting for me because they played together some last year. Hamza, towards the beginning of last year in Challengers, I think was probably the number 2 AR in the game behind only Tom Gravity. He was very good. Zaptius good in Challengers as well last year, and he was fine in the CDL too. He's very good at search. I'll give him that. He didn't have the best success in respawns in the CDL, but his search game was great. When he joined the Paris Legion, they went from one of the worst search teams in the league to one of the best search teams in the league, and that says something about him definitely. He's the same thing, that kind of glue guy, smart player. I think he has potential. I think we probably will see him back in the league someday, especially if he can tune up his respawns, but a good search player, and that's a team of two that is certainly exciting. Another team of two, Silly, after all his controversy this offseason, did not find his way back into the league. Not really surprising after the way last year went with LAG. He will be teaming with Mach, looking for 2 subs. Now, Mach had a great year last year. I will give him that on the LAG Academy team. I thought that they should have got him up to their main roster. When they were struggling on the main roster, Assault and Silly, they don't really offer you that much in terms of looking to your future. I thought we could have saw Mach in there. We didn't, unfortunately for him, but he had a good year. Don't get that twisted. I don't know who their subs are going to be. There's definitely a lot of top subs left out there. I think about Pentagram and Kismet right away from the BBG team last year, but whoever it could be, they have a good group of ARs behind them. Again, Silly, all his controversy, whatever else you want to say, he's still a good player. He was, at the beginning of last year, he was literally I wouldn't say great, but he was an above average player in the CDL. Mach, like I said, good year last year in Challengers, so whether you like him or don't like him, that's an AR duo that has the potential to be one of the best duos in Challengers. So just take it with a grain of salt, but we'll have to see who their subs are before we know for sure how that team's going to look. And finally, some unfortunate news. We have Cruz. If you remember from last year, he came over to North America from the APAC region where he spent his time in Modern Warfare. He had some hype, and I won't say he didn't deliver to it. He had an up and down year. He had some success and some not so much success, but as an individual, he kind of stood out. He played with UYU pretty much the whole year, and I think he was their best player. At least he was, their most notable player, I guess you could say. He got a lot of attention for sure. Again, maybe he didn't live up to his hype, but he still had a fine year, don't get that wrong. But he does say he will not be able to be NNA for the first half of Vanguard. He'll be in APAC, so he'll still be competing, and I would assume, pretty confidently he'll be one of the best players over in that region to start the year. But he will be making his way to North America at some point, and that will be good for him definitely because there's definitely more stock put in NA Challengers. You're probably better off being a top 15 player in North America Challengers than a top 5 player in APAC, just given the competition levels and the notoriety you get from playing there. You're not going to get much attention in APAC, so that's good for him. Hopefully he has some success over there, and then he can come over and bring his success over here because it seems like a good guy. Unfortunate situation for him, but hopefully it will all work out for him in the end. So that's going to wrap it up for this first installment of this series that I do not know the name of yet. I'll figure it out, and I hope you enjoy it. If you do enjoy it, let me know by leaving a like down below. and leave a comment as well with your thoughts on this series idea and your thoughts on this video. Let me know if you want to see more of these videos in the future and how you like me to go about them, what you want to see me cover, all of that. I would appreciate all that support. And also subscribe if you enjoyed the video and want to see more challengers videos from me in the future, because like I said, you definitely will. That is a guarantee. So thank you all for the support very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a good day today, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.